welcome back to the fourth episode of Her Game, Her Voice podcast. Today I'm here with
Malak
and we're going to be having a discussion on the topic of the women's inclusion in sport, a topic that does not get a lot of recognition. So, Malak, what do you think about this topic? What are some barriers of women being included in sport?
I think there are a lot of barriers that women face that are not being talked about enough.
Yeah.
Especially the social norms that women have to sort of fill in. And I think that's something that we should really delve into.
Yeah, I think like a lot of barriers are also traditional stuff, I think it's considered really masculine for women to pursue sports, especially sports like football and karate, stuff like that. And it's also very problematic if a woman wants to pursue football or karate. It's gonna be considered really inappropriate.
It is definitely not normalized at all and not accepted.
We should normalize it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think we should. What ways should we memorize it?
We should definitely show the support for the women who want to enter or have sports as their job, or they want to pursue it in general. I think we should show encouragement as a society and help them in making that choice.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, I think schools can play a huge role on this. They could provide more clubs, more academies, for women who want to pursue sports. I can find lots for men, but I can't find a lot for
it's really tough to find.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
And if women's there's a lot of lack of role models as well.
Yeah.
That the lack of role models is a really big issue. There's not much women who stood up and amplified their voices to pursue sports.
Definitely.
I think women should speak their right. I think there should be a safe place for them to speak, a website, a page, or this podcast for women to be motivated to play sports.
We should definitely start to give women that push to begin to speak about this. And give them the opportunity to especially with this podcast where we're talking about it and we're shedding light to this matter.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you. So also I think social media pages like this podcast again and websites, we could try to implement these things. We could also try to make it an easier way for women to be included in sports,
Yes.
What other solutions would you provide,
I think these are sufficient enough solutions.
Yeah.
However, we do need to support women. That's, I think, the most essential part, is to support women and show them that we are hearing them if they choose to make their voice heard.
Make their voice heard.
We're hearing them and we want to improve it. We want to improve.
And honestly, it's not an act of masculinity for a woman to play sports. I think it's an act of empowerment.
It is. Yes.
It's empowering for a woman to try out sports. Of course, she's not being masculine doing it. I think it's good enough. I think it's a matter of also gender equality that needs to be implemented nowadays. Yeah. So, what do you think about families who tell their children no to sports? What advice should we give them today to ask them to, at least hear us out?
I think they should be more open-minded.
Yeah.
And take into consideration other aspects that play a role in them pursuing that.
Yeah. I get the idea that families might not want to, let their daughters, for example, play football or karate.
Whether it be financially or any other aspects.
It could be just the mentality. I get it. That's the way they were raised. That's the way they were put up. But we could try to raise awareness on this podcast for women to be included in sports. To do that, and maybe families will be more convinced to try out letting their daughters play. That would be a good idea. Yeah. So. Yeah, that's what I think. So we're going to come up with a conclusion about the problem and about the solution. So we think that, of course, we understand the families' worries and families' problems about the topic, but women included in sports is an act of empowerment, and also it's a fight against gender inequality. And it would be a great idea to, you know, make up more academies. Schools should provide clubs. Academies should be opened. You know, people should try to open academies if they want to support women. And, you know, women should try out. Thank you guys for watching Her Game, Her Voice, the podcast.
And stay tuned for more.
Yeah. Thank you.